Hey everyone, welcome to the Industry Show. I'm your host Nitin Bajaj, and joining us today is Zeena Dhalla. Zeena, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So tell us how we got here.
Well, it started in my mid-20s when I was working in the film and television industry, and I was rather unhappy in my job. And so I decided to join a marathon training program, which I had never run more than 3 miles in my life. And after that experience, it was an amazing experience. It changed my life. It changed how I felt about my body. Fitness really inspired me. So a couple years later, when I could afford to make the change in my career, I became a personal trainer. And within the first month of becoming a personal trainer, I was the top selling trainer at the gym. So it was clear this was a natural match for me. And then over time, I transitioned into Pilates. I was always a dancer growing up, so Pilates just fit in my body. But then I got really interested in helping people get out of pain through proper exercise, through corrective exercise. So in the last couple of years, I've done a couple more certifications, and now I'm a posture therapist, and I help people get out of pain through proper exercise.
Nice.
And that was my journey.
Perfect. What's Vertical Line?
So Vertical Line, we help people get out of pain through home-based exercise routines. So I offer 2 major services. The first one is that I meet with people one-on-one, and I will assess their posture and their alignment. I'll watch them walk, I'll watch them move, and I will give them a home-based exercise routine that's custom to you and what you need for your body. And then I see them every week or whatever until we get to a point where they no longer need to be working with me because they're out of pain.
Yeah.
I also work with corporations, so I do lunch and learns. I go to offices and do posture training sessions. And then I have an online program that is delivered to employees that gets them moving, and not just moving at the workstation, but doing proper posture exercises, helping to decrease the neck and back pain that comes from sitting at their desk all day long. So that's what we do at Vertical Line.
Awesome. So talk to us about, in this new age of mobile phones and working remotely and these long commutes, what's the impact of that on body posture?
Yeah, it's tough. We are an ancient body living in a modern world.
Yeah.
So our bodies were meant to move and not be stationary. So it just keeps getting worse. We were not meant to be rounded over on cell phones and computers all day long. So what does that mean? That means that our productivity is just going to go down. It's going to continue to go down because we are creating an epidemic of pain. Back pain, neck pain used to be a problem in older generations and is now starting at the age of 16. So the impact of technology is huge, and it's going to impact productivity and businesses if we don't get control of it with our youth at a young age.
True. What's your entrepreneurial purpose?
I owned my first business when I was 30.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I just like being in charge. I like having control of my destiny. Yeah. I like being able to see a vision for something, implement that, and see how it turns out. And sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it doesn't work as well as you would like. And that's always a great learning experience. But I feel blessed that I've been able to maintain my entrepreneurial spirit for the last 15 plus years. And it really, being an entrepreneur, as much as you work all the time, it creates an amazing work-life balance. So that is honestly the main inspiration right now, is being able to work and balance motherhood and having a business.
So along the same lines, what motivates you?
I am motivated by my clients. So when a person comes in or messages me online or however we meet, and they're in pain and they're willing to put in the time and the work every single day to change how they move, how they stand, how they sit, that really motivates me. Then I will do everything I can to help that person. So I'm motivated by results, not only physical results, but also financial results. When a program works really well for us financially, then that motivates me. And then I like being a mentor for my kid. I have a 12-year-old daughter who watches what I do every day. So that's motivating because I want her to always feel like she can grow up and do whatever she wants to do in life.
And that's very important.
It's really important, yeah.
What are your blind sides?
So it used to be worse than it is now, but I tend to lack focus. Not necessarily in my teaching, but in my business running. So I used to always just chase the next big idea. I think it comes from the desire to want to do so many things in my life. I want to accomplish so much that I'll chase the next good idea. But it's gotten better. Recently, I had a marketing person approach me with an idea, and it was not a demographic that was in our current focus right now. And so I found myself immediately, I didn't have to think about it. I just said, nope, that's not the right idea. So I'm really getting better at identifying right now we're focused on this, and let's just stay this course, and let's pursue this particular kind of client.
Any mistake that led to you being better at
More
what you do?
focused, yeah. Well, a couple years ago, back in 2012, so I guess 8 years ago now, when my daughter was 5, I was so ready to get back to work. I was so ready to jump back in. And so I opened up a studio. It was called Vertical Pilates. It was an upright training studio. And, it lasted for 2.5 years. But what I decided in that moment was it's just too hard to do both. It was hard to raise a young child and run a business at the same time. Business is a full-time job. So we had to eventually shut that down. And, you could look at it as a failure, or you can look at it as a life lesson. And now I'm in a much better place with the balance and the ability to run programs online. It just fits much better with my life as being a mom.
True.
Women say that they can have it all. I like to say you can have it all, but not necessarily at the same time.
True.
And that sometimes you really have to prioritize what's important for you right now in this moment.
What kind of a legacy do you want to leave behind?
I want people to understand how important it is to move.
Yes.
Not just do planks and sit-ups and crunches and all those things that we see, but to move smart, to move to know what parts of our body we should be working.
To move with purpose?
Yeah, move with purpose.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love that. And posture, there is purpose to the exercises I teach, always. It's not just to get your shoulders moving, but it's to get your shoulders repositioned. It's not just to get your hips moving, but to get your hips in a proper alignment.
Right.
So if I can just teach a little bit of that and get people to understand that moving throughout their workday is the best thing they can do, then I have completed my legacy.